Hello, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make one of these lovely face cloths, flannels or washcloths, whatever you'd like to call it. It's made from an old hand towel and it's edged with a pretty cotton print. There's no mitered corners, so it's very easy to make. So let's get started. With a fabric pen or dressmaker's chalk, draw a square on your towel 11 inches by 11 inches. Then cut the square out with a sharp pair of dressmaking scissors. If you have a rotary cutter, you could use a rotary cutter, or you could cut out a pattern piece, pin it on, and then cut round that. To round the corners, fold your fabric in half and draw around something small like a saucer. Then using your sharp scissors, cut around the corner. Then do exactly the same at the other end, and you should end up with 4 rounded corners. Next, we're going to make our own bias binding. We need to cut strips that are 2 inches wide and as long as possible. They need to be cut at a 45-degree angle. If you have a cutting mat or a quilter's ruler, they will have the 45-degree angle marked on them. But if you don't have either, do not worry. You can just square your fabric up and draw a line across the centre from corner to corner, diagonally. Once you have made your first line and cut your first line, you just work from there. When you have enough strips of fabric, you need to join them together. To do this, place them with right sides together at a 90-degree angle, and then you're going to draw a 45-degree angle from the top left-hand corner of your top piece down to the bottom right-hand corner of the bottom piece. Then put a couple of pins in to hold it secure, ready for sewing. I just like to then open it out to check that I've got it right. Now join your pieces together, sewing across the diagonal line you just drew. I've only got one piece to join, but if you have more, obviously join all the ones that you need to. Press your joins with a hot iron, then fold one end of your bias tape over a couple of times and iron. With the right side of your tape facing down, clip to your towel, starting about the middle of one of your sides. It doesn't matter which, but start in the middle and then pin or clip all the way around. It's quite easy to get around the corners because we've cut the tape on the bias, so we can stretch it and manipulate it to suit us. So pin or clip all the way around until you come back to the start. I had way too much bias tape, so I trimmed off some of it, but it must still overlap by about 1 inch. Taking a 1/2 inch seam allowance, sew all the way around, back tacking at the start and the finish, removing the clips or pins as you go. Take your time around the corners, carefully following the edge of the fabric around. Continue until you reach your starting place and back tack. Now fold all of the bias tape to the other side of the fabric. Then fold it all over once, twice, and then pin or clip in place. I'm starting with the difficult part, which is where the join is. So if you get that under your belt first, put a clip in and then you can carry on with the rest of it. So fold the fabric over once and then again. Make sure when you fold it over that it covers the line of sewing that you've already done. It's difficult to see on toweling, but I think you can just about see the line of stitching here that we need to cover. Once you get the hang of it, it all folds under quite easily, even the corners. It's a lot easier than you think it would be. Now sew all the way around your face cloth again, attaching your bias binding to the face cloth, sewing on the side that is closest to the toweling fabric, about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge. Very carefully sew all the way around until you get back to the start again, where you'll back tack. And you should have something that looks a little bit like this.